So if you guys think you need a little bit more help, I'm going to go through the first practice problem. I'm just going to do it step by step. So if you feel like you need help, you can definitely watch this to help you. So you can see I started. So I put barley grain in. Barley grain was a 7.9% crude protein, and then I labeled it. And then I put my crude protein that we were aiming for in the middle, which is 14. And then I put my crude protein for our second feed stuff, which was 23, and I'm going to label it, that's soybean meal. Okay, now doing math across, I have to actually use a calculator because I'm awful at math if you don't know this about me. Always taking big number minus small number, we got 14 minus 7.9. Follow the arrows. So we took our 14 minus 7.9, follow the arrows down to this corner. We're going to put in 6.1. I'm just going to triple check my math, guys, because I'm not very good at it. And then doing the other way, so we got 23 minus 14. Again, always big number minus small number. That's going to be a 9. So we got 9 for barley grain. Remember, the labels follow across the top or bottom of the square. They don't follow the arrows. And for soybean meal, we have 6.1. Okay, so now we're going to add these up. 9 plus 6.1 equals 15.1, and that's our total parts. I spelled soybean wrong. So 9 is our parts of barley grain, 6.1 is our parts of soybean meal, 15.1 is our total parts. Check our math. We're going to go over here. We're going to minus this side. And again, you're always taking big number minus small number. So 23 minus 7.9 is 15.1. So we know as of this moment, our math is correct, okay? So now we're going to come down here and we're going to continue labeling everything. So we're going to work on percentage of feedstuff. So we're going to type in barley grain again. We're going to type in soybean meal. Again, we're figuring out percentage for this one. So in order to figure out percentage, you got to take, think about it like when you're calculating your test score. What you got on the test divided by what was possible, right? So that's our parts and total parts. So for barley grain, we had 9 parts. And we're going to take it divided by our 15.1 because that's our total parts, okay? Now we're going to make sure we round our answers. So I'm going to type it in. So we got 9 divided by 15.1, and you get 0.596. So 5.5960. So we always want 3 numbers. So I'm going to put 0.596 because that's 0. So I'll show you guys the number. Oh, it's backwards. Or is it not? I don't know. I can't tell. So 0.5960, because this fourth number is a 0, that means the 6 stays the same. So it doesn't move, okay? So our rounded number is 0.569. Now we're going to turn that into a percentage. You just move the decimal point 2 to the right. So it's going to be 59.6%. We're going to do the exact same thing for our soybean meal. So we have 6.1 parts of soybean meal divided by our total parts of 15.1. And we get, again, so showing you guys, we get 4.40397. Okay, so we want until this third number. So we want this 3. But this 9 turns this 3 into a 4. So we're going to record it as 4.404. 0.404, because again, that 3 has a 9 following it, which makes it bump up, okay? So our percentage is going to be 40.4. For this, checking your math, you take those 2 decimals, 0.596. Actually, you know what? I think I moved this. I did. Okay, so I'm going to move it real quick. I actually want to take the percentage. So let me fix that. Okay, move over. Sorry guys, I'm like OCD about these tables. So I'm actually going to take the percentage. So 59.6. Ooh, 59.6 plus our 40.4, and you get 100, and that's the goal, is you want 100% down here. As long as you have 100%, you know, again, as of this point, your percentage or your numbers are correct. As long as that checks out, you know you're good, okay? Okay, so now we're going to go down. Sorry, this is like in my way. So now we're going to go down here. We're going to figure out pounds. So that's what we really want in the end, is how many pounds do I need of each feed ingredient, okay? So again, we're going to type in our barley grain. We're going to type in our soybean meal. And then we're going to type in our equation. So in order, oh, I forgot to type in the equation here. So this was 6.1 divided by 15.1. So in order to find our pounds, we have to take the number that we're trying to balance for. So look back at our problem, and it looks like we're balancing for 100 or 1,500 pounds. So 1,500 is what we're balancing for. And we're going to take that times by, we're going to take that times by our, we're going to use this rounded answer, okay? So when you're timesing a percentage, you always want to turn it back into a decimal. If you try to use this percent, you're going to get a crazy high number. So you want to use this number right here. So we're going to take it times by that 0.596. So I typed 1,500 times by that 0.596, and we're going to get 894 pounds, okay? We're going to do the same thing again. 1,500 times by that number that was up here. Remember, we're keeping with that rounded number. We don't want to use that percentage. 0.404, okay? So 1,500 times 0.404, and we get 606. A quick check of the math. 606 plus that 894, we get 1,500, and we know that we have done this correct. So that's it. Once you're to there, that's it for these steps. You've completed it. Now what you're going to do is you are going to insert this into the drive. So let's say that this is the one that I want, or this is my worksheet that I'm working on. I'm going to hit insert. And then I'm going to hit drawing. I'm going to hit from our drive. And I titled mine key step 1. So I like to look it up. Key step 1, number 1. Here she is. And then it doesn't matter what you say here. Link to the source, don't link to the source. And then I shrunk mine just a little bit just so it's not as obnoxious, taking up as much space. But you can do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. So there it is. I inserted it into my practice or my problem assignment, and now I just have to do one of the 2 problems that are left, and then boom, I am done. So that is all you have to do. Hopefully this helps. If you have questions, comments, concerns about your lives, please make sure you reach out to me.